How's it going, guys? Welcome back to Crafting Cars. In today's video, we're going to be installing the Sony head unit into our 2006 Honda CRV Special Edition. Hopefully this video can help you guys out if you're looking to install an aftermarket head unit into your 02 to 06 Honda CRV and retain your factory steering wheel controls. So here's the parts and tools we'll be working with today. Of course, we have our Sony single DIN head unit here, our vehicle integration interface. This allows us to wire up the head unit without chopping into the factory harness, and it also includes a little module in there to retain your factory steering wheel controls, which is really nice. We have our brackets here, so this will allow us to fill up that double DIN pocket they have on the CRV and allow us to run a single DIN radio with a small pocket underneath. Got some wire loom here, 1/4 inch and 1/2 inch, just in case we need to clean up our wiring a little bit, keep it protected. Of course, we got our wire crimper, got our automatic wire strippers, box cutter. We got these little terminal ends here with built-in heat shrink. So of course we have our lighter. Then, just to take things apart, we have a couple screwdrivers, a little stubby one and a long one. Got some zip ties and some panel popping tools, and of course some wire loom tape if needed. And then that is the car we're going to be working on. You're welcome. That looks nice. The first thing I'm going to do is assemble our harness. It's the one that comes off the back of the radio. And here is the one that will plug into the car. Alright, so connecting our harnesses today, we're going to be using the 16 to 22 gauge wire connector here. That is the best fit. Now, as far as our diagrams here, luckily the colors and functions match up. That's something you always want to double check before just blindly color matching. The different brands sometimes will use different wiring diagrams and different color codes for their wires, but I double checked and the speakers like the front, rear, left, and right all use the same colors, and then all the classics like the 12 volt constant, 12 volt accessory, blue and white remote turn on wire, and like the black ground, those are all the same as well. So let's get connecting. This might take a little while, so I'm going to sit down and make sure I'm comfy while I do this. So now that we have our main harness complete, we can go ahead and take a look at the other connections here. So here we have a microphone, so when you're doing your hands-free calling, the mic port is that top red one right there. Boop. We have the antenna, so this will plug into the antenna port. And then the factory harness here. If you run a power antenna, you'll be running this wire here, but we don't have power antennas, so we'll just be capping this one off. Now for our steering wheel control module here, you can see we have a set of dip switches. There's 8 of them in there. Now if you go ahead and take a look at our diagram here, we have to adjust those dip switches to fit our needs here. So this is a new Sony head unit, so the first 4 dip switches will read off, off, on, off. So we'll see. That one's off, this one goes on, and that one will be off. Now since this is a Honda, the dip switches will be set to off, on, off for the last 4. So off, on, off. And it's as simple as that. Now we have a 12-pin connector here that connects to the base of our unit. And we have a little 4-pin connector here that connects to the front of the unit. Now this right here will connect to the back of the head unit. This is the remote port. And then this wire right here, if you don't have a remote port on the back of your head unit, chances are you have a JVC or a Kenwood, and you would go ahead and wire this one up to your harness. But we do not have to do that. Now as you can see, we have these 4 extra wires coming out of the harness. Now these aren't even labeled on the wiring diagram here, I think these are extra if you have the OEM Honda subwoofer in your car. And I know that's not very common, so we'll just go ahead, snip these down a little bit, tape the ends, and tuck them back in the harness so it's nice and clean. And these extra wires here, these are not necessary, as I said before, so we'll just go ahead, cut those, and tape those as well. All right, so we're getting close to installing this thing in the car. We're preparing our little dash kit here. So it says in the manual that we want to cut off all these little tabs on the back side of this frame. They're not necessary for the 2006 Honda CRV. And then we're also going to be putting these little plates on the side. Before we secure them to the side, we got to bust off all the tabs. So I already went ahead and did it on this one. We got to remove this tab, this tab, this tab, this tab, this tab, and then half of this tab. So yeah, like I said, it's going to end up looking exactly like this. And of course, they'll have a diagram for you. All the shaded tabs there gotta go. I found the best way to remove them is to get a little box cutter here and then heat up the tip of the blade. Kind of like those old 1,000-degree knife videos on YouTube. So get them all heated up and basically just go ahead and score the back side of these. Score them as deep as you can. And they just kind of snap right off. And I also noticed we're not going to need this little DIN cage either. So you just pry up on these two tabs here on the sides, and you just slide this right off. So now that we got all these tabs broken off, we can go ahead and assemble this little box here. So these will slide in like so. Screw them in the back. Slide it into the pocket. You'll notice those holes will line up on the side there. Go ahead and place some screws in there. All right, now this should swap right into the CRV, so it's gonna be pretty much bolt in, plug and play. Well, first things first, we better disconnect the battery for safety. Beautiful weather out here today.
No, it's not.
All right, now we'll remove the factory head unit here. So first thing you gotta do is take off this trim piece, where the vents are, and there's two screws under here. And remove those. You kind of grab onto this thing like a 7-Eleven hot dog and just give it a yank. And then pull on the sides here. Just like that. And then there is one clip here. This is for your hazard switch. Pull that out, like so. Then you'll see we have 4 screws holding in our factory double DIN head unit with 6-disc compact CD changer. All right, should just pull right out. Disconnect antenna and these 2 clips. So at this point we have everything we need to hook our new radio back up. So we'll go ahead and plug in our new adapter. And then we did make up this antenna adapter, but we do not need this because the factory antenna plug and the one that came with our aftermarket radio are exactly the same. So this should actually just plug right into our new head unit. Just like that. And this here, let's plug in like so. And of course, we need a remote wire for our steering wheel controls. That'll plug in like so. Oops. Gotta get that back in there. Yeah. All right. Now I should be able to tuck that back in the dash. Hopefully our bolt holes line up. Beautiful. All right, let's put our factory hardware back in. All right. That is nice fitment there.
Money, baby.
All right, I think I have the faceplate here. Yeah, it should just hook in on this side and lock in over here. Come on. There we go. Yeah, I don't know why that's such a strange fit there, but it's installed and it looks good. Ooh, look at that, huh?
Whoa.
So it's in demo mode right now.
Yeah, baby.
I wonder how it's going to sound because, yeah, this is what Lauren was rocking with before. It was just the factory head unit. And then we had a cassette adapter. We were running a cassette adapter.
I got it.
Yeah, running one of these. And we like to hook up an aux cord when we're driving, you know. And it'll work, you know, it'll get you by in a pinch. But the sound quality... So now I think I'll just do a quick setup of this head unit here. And then we'll do a sound quality test. And we'll see how Lauren likes it. We'll see how I like it. What do you think?
Really good.
Really good? We're listening to some royalty-free music here.
Very good. I don't know, it sounds good.
It sounds way better.
It sounds way better than the stupid cassette thing.
Yeah. So now Lauren has set her color preferences on the head unit there. So if you were to give this head unit a rating out of 10, what would you give it?
A 3,000 out of 10.
3,000 out of 10?
3,000 out of 10.
What about looks-wise?
It's literally looks maxing.
How about sound-wise?
The music's making love to my ears.
Yeah, it sounds good. Sounds good. It does sound good. So yeah, it's surprising. Just with the factory amp, or not the factory amp, but the built-in amp on these head units, it can make your factory speaker sound so much better. I suppose we should do a quick test of the steering wheel controls. It's working. You can adjust the volume, change modes, all from the steering wheel. Cool. Hopefully you can see us. Well, thank you guys for tuning in to Crafted Cars. I hope you enjoyed today's head unit install and this 2006 Honda CRV Special Edition. Yeah, tune in. Not next Tuesday, but the Tuesday after that, we're going to be doing an audio system install on the Legend. I'll probably do the complete speakers, head unit, and sub, and then we'll come back to this vehicle and do a custom sub box in the trunk of this thing. So yeah, stay tuned for that. I'm looking forward to it. Thank you guys for 6,000 subscribers. We just hit that milestone, so thank you guys a ton for that. And yeah, I think that's all I got for you guys today. Thanks for tuning in. Bye!
Bye!